Hello folks, how are you? It's Yasmin from Tiny Time Big Results and Little Man's Head that I think you can see. Hello! Well look, we're matching. We're wearing blue together. Hello. Anyway, today's Facebook Live. Now the reason why I have a baby here is because I have another baby downstairs as well who's sick and did not go to preschool today. So chances are that we might actually have another little person showing up as well. But that's the reality of being a businesswoman at home. Babies everywhere. So, yeah, look, see? It's all right, okay. I know this is shameless. Yeah, I had one of my clients say to me, just shameless using your baby. But I know, look. Hello. Hello. You're a natural, do you know that? So, today's Facebook Live is all about sales and pushy people. Hi Kerry, how are you, lovely? It's been ages since we've spoken. Yes, he's pretty adorable, isn't he? Hello. And it was interesting because I've done a couple of Facebook Lives around sales, and I know that this is something that I think we all struggle with, because there's a part of us that believes that sales is inherently sleazy, that you're trying to get someone to buy something that they don't really want. What about what happens if actually it is something they really want, but there are certain factors that are putting them off from buying, whether it's a fear. And actually that's quite interesting, because I remember one of my coaches saying that, people have a fear about investing in something or buying something because they just don't know. It's almost like the unknown, or it's almost like I'm going to have to move from where I am right now. And I know this is certainly true when it comes to coaching. Like, if you have been afraid of investing in the past, then chances are that staying where you are serves you for a reason. It serves you. And so when the opportunity comes to make that move and to go towards something that you really want, sometimes your fear is bigger than your desire. And, the really good question to ask is, when you are feeling that fear, is your desire greater than your fear, or are you going to let your fear be bigger than that? And I know, I'm a big believer in, if you are, if you're willing to do what it takes, then you will be willing to do whatever it takes. And it's that feeling the fear and then working through that and walking through it to get to the other point and to the other stage. And that's really important. But what I wanted to talk to you about specifically was around your own reactions about sales and pushy people. Because oftentimes people say, oh my God, they're so pushy. Here's something that I want to ask you to consider. Maybe they're not pushy at all. Maybe that's just a reflection of how you feel about the situation. So the reason why I say that is because I know that there have been times when I've made offers and I've followed up with them, as you ought to do for everything that you do. And, and sometimes there's been pushback. And, and I don't have a thick skin. I have a thin skin, very thin skin. I easily hurt. And so, for me, that was really hard to take, because I wasn't being pushy. I was just doing what I would recommend that everybody does, and that is to follow up. To, if you think that you can be of service and of value to somebody, then it's your duty and your responsibility to really, get out there. Oh, you're right. I know. To get out there and to make your offers, because, I think, I said it recently, that nothing happens until you sell. But sometimes if somebody is asking you, and if you're the potential buyer, and somebody's coming and saying, have you thought about it? Or, you want to go ahead, follow-up questions. And there's a part of you that's thinking, God, they're so pushy. Chances are that's a big block for you when you're doing your sales. And if that's a block, then, it's something that you need to be very conscious of and aware of, because that is limiting your potential. Because, in one of my previous Facebook Lives, I talked about letting go of the outcome of sales calls. So being detached from the outcome, that, that person doesn't have to be the one that buys from you. For me, it's like, okay, you just keep talking to people, But the thing is, if you are feeling that, oh God, they're so pushy, chances are that you are feeling that way and that's stopping you from actually making those follow-up calls. And this is something I talk about a lot in my momentum circle with my clients there, that, you know, actually when you put those blocks there and then you make a story and you think, oh, nobody wants to hear from me, nobody wants to, you know, listen to my call, then, you know, chances are that you're not going to make the follow-up call and you're leaving a ton of money on the table. And that, I think, for me is the crux of it, is you're leaving money on the table. Because, you know what, sales is necessary. You need to get selling. I would love to hear what you think about this, actually. You know, do you find that, you know, do you find that people are pushy when they're coming at you? Or, you know, can you see that that potentially could be a reflection of how you feel about the situation? I'd love to hear from you. For those of you that are on the live stream, I'd love to hear what you think. You know, do you find people are very pushy, or are they being pushy, or are they just doing a follow-up? You know, and I think that's important to distinguish between that, because I know some people have followed up with me and I'll be saying, actually, now's not the right time, or whatever it might be. And so, you know, you kind of go, great, thanks so much. But I appreciate the follow-up, because in some cases, I might have just forgotten. I might genuinely have just forgotten. So tell me, you know, do you think it's pushy, or do you see it as a follow-up? Or are you all feeling shy today? What's wrong, Petal? What's wrong? Hello. Okay. Nobody's talking to me. Dara, nobody's talking to me. Can you get them to talk to us? No. Depends on the tone of the call. Thank you, Kerry. Yes, absolutely. Have you ever had any kind of really, really pushy tones? You know, like what would differentiate a pushy tone to a genuine follow-up? I like follow-ups that are genuine and authentic. If they're desperate and pushy in their tone, it's off-putting. Absolutely. So I suppose that's a really good question, Kerry. Thanks for that. Because the thing for me is, you know, tone, everything is in the tone, absolutely. And, you know, so you might genuinely be thinking, God, they're really, really pushy. And so, you know, it's about reframing that conversation in your head. So if you're about to do the sales call and you're about to do the follow-up, then you say to yourself, okay, so how can I come across in a way that is genuine, that is authentic, like Kerry says? Because if you are going into a sales call, and this is something that I highly recommend, is get yourself into a place of a high vibration, high frequency, if you like, before you do a follow-up call. So whether that's, you know, meditating or dancing or whatever it is that helps you get into the zone, so that you are genuinely detached from the outcome and that you are ringing from a place of just service. And you just want to know, you know, is this something that you're interested in right now? Now, there are lots of things that you can do from a sales call perspective to help people make that decision, you know, where there's, you know, deadline bonuses or whatever it might be, the real ones, not just false marketing. But, you know, put yourself in a place of high vibration before you make the call, to help you get rid of any desperate energy and negativity that you might have. Because if you go into a follow-up thinking they're going to say no, then chances are they're probably going to say no, because that's what you're sending out there. So have a think about that. You know, think about, you know, sales and pushy people. Are they really pushy, or are they just doing a follow-up? And if it's you that's doing the follow-up and you're avoiding doing the follow-ups, you know, put yourself in a place of high vibration, and okay, I'll feed you, so that you can actually get a genuine connection. Because here's what I'm going to end with before I start flashing is oh dear. Here's what I'm going to finish up with, right? It may be a no right now. It's not a no forever. It's not a no forever, okay? So I want you to remember that if it is if it's a no, they may come back to you. So don't be afraid of that no, but do the follow-up, because that is where the real business growth is. You know, 1 or 2 touches is fine, But if you don't keep following up with people and just letting them know that you're still there, and that could be in the form of an email, it could be in the form of, here, I thought that this article might be of use to you or benefit to you, or that you might enjoy reading it, or whatever it might be. Just stay in touch. Do the follow-ups, stay in touch, and I promise you what you're doing is you're building that relationship and you're building the trust. So don't do anything that destroys that trust by being too pushy. Because it's like, fine, if you don't want to work with me, then that's fine. Talk to the hand and all the rest of it. You don't want to do any of that crap. You genuinely just want to remind people that you're there, remind people about the offer, remind them about any bonuses or anything that any deadlines that you had for the offer, and then that's it. Detach from the outcome, and I promise you it will make life so much easier for you. Any thoughts, any last minute kind of ahas? I'd love to hear from you. Pop your comment below. No, I can't see anything, but I'm sure I'll see some of the comments coming up when I finish. So that's it for today. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye.